Mary and Martha. These were the sisters of Lazarus. And Jesus, when he was in Bethany, where Mary and Martha and Lazarus lived, Jesus would often stay with them. And how it worked was when Jesus would visit Mary and Martha, Mary would be sitting out in the living room with Jesus, hanging out. Martha was in the kitchen working, fixing the meal. And then when the meal was ready, serving the meal. At some point, after this had been the pattern for some time, Martha pulls Jesus aside and says, "Lord, this isn't fair. I'm doing all the work here. My lazy sister Mary isn't pulling her weight, isn't doing her share of the work. She's sitting out there in the living room with you the whole time that I'm slaving away in the kitchen. Lord, could you please have a word with Mary and see if we can work out something a little more equitable here?" Even though, on all appearances, we would have to say she's got a good case. It's not fair. Why should she do all the work while her sister Mary has all the fun? Who can argue with that? Jesus does take exception with her, though. He says, instead of saying to her, "Martha, I will speak to Mary and ask her to be more like you, to do her share of the work," instead of that, he says, "Martha, you should be more like your sister Mary." Why did he say that? She is, well, let's call her a busybody. She is a creature who exists in this material world as we all do, but she is easily distracted by all the busyness, the busyness of this material world. And while Jesus visits, instead of thinking, oh, the Lord is here, the source is here, I'm going to just soak up as much of his presence as I can, her mind starts to go down these other distractions. Oh boy, geez, what are we going to have for dinner? Did I do the shopping today? Do I have to go do some shopping? Do we have enough to eat? How about the wine? The whole time, her mind is working in a busy way with these distractions of the material world. Her sister Mary, just like the rest of us, lives in the material world. She lives in a human skin. But when the Lord comes to visit, when the presence of the source is here today, she's focused on the one important thing, soaking up, guzzling this adorable, irresistible presence. Martha, in her busyness, she's sweating the small stuff instead of focusing on the one important thing,